There's beautiful Allegiant Stadium, home of the Las Vegas Raiders, and this week home of Super Bowl 58 between the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers. This is the Pick Six Podcast here on CBS Sports HQ, coming to you from lovely Las Vegas here at the Bellagio. Now, more bowl predictions. Pete got us up to a good start. Breach, I'm not going to lie, that was a rocky B block.
I'm still hurting from it. I took some strays.
Well,
I don't know what to do.
Now we get to the
nothing stray about it.
The disaster coming up right here. I can't wait.
We get to the disaster coming up right here. Oh, Willie Bear Brinson. Now listen, Pete, you're not on these bowl prediction shows as frequently as the rest of us. And while John is quintessential Breach, Brinson is quintessential it's never going to happen. And then every once in a while he'll hit a grand slam.
I usually scare him though.
That's exactly right. That's a great way to put it.
Like you're usually like, oh my God, this jerk is going to be like going to end up getting this. And
He's the guy that comes out of the halftime and gets. He thought he was going to make it and it rims out for $1 million.
Back in 06, I bet on Devin Hester to win Super Bowl MVP. If we would do these shows, that would have been my bold prediction. He takes the kick to the house, and you're counting your cash, and then
that wasn't happening.
Right, exactly.
All right, so the bold prediction for Super Bowl 58, number one for Will Brinson. Travis Kelce catches 3 touchdowns, does 3 different Taylor Swift-related celebrations, and the addendum there is what always gets Brinson in trouble. Travis Kelce, 3 touchdowns.
I thought about that earlier. I was like, why didn't I just do 3 touchdowns?
What was the other part?
3 different Taylor Swift celebrations.
3 different Taylor Swift celebrations. Okay. Not 1, not 2, not 3. Hold on, let me set this up here. We don't want to grade it just yet. So, I mean, that's incredibly bold. The question is it realistic? Only one player, and Pete will ask you as the NFL historian here, has caught 3 touchdowns in the Super Bowl. You know what it is? Did it twice. Once against, I don't want to give it away. Once against his dad.
Jerry Rice.
Yes.
So that's the only one that's ever done it.
Greatest football player of all time.
And he won Super Bowl MVP and stole it from my dad.
Yeah.
Greatest player, NFL player of all time, Jerry Rice.
I agree with that. Boomer Esiason has said that if Jerry Rice hadn't done that Jim Breach would have won Super Bowl MVP for the Bengals that year.
A special teams player, Pete, a kicker.
Won an MVP once, which was the biggest joke in the history of the NFL.
So Kelce has 3 touchdown playoff games versus the Texans in 2020. 10 catches in that game, 134. Has won 4 touchdown game in his career. So, Pete, I'll start with you. I know you actually have.
Whoa. I'm going to box myself.
Oh, I'm sorry. You got to sell it to us. Sell it to us. I'm sorry. You're right.
So look, Kelce, I think. Well, one, I'm gonna note that I think he's gonna throw up the little heart emoji, the heart sign.
Is that a Taylor Swift celebration?
Yeah, that's a Taylor Swift celebration.
Okay.
He's also going to do a little bicep flex and then kiss the bicep, and then he's gonna throw up a 1 and a 3 because that's Taylor Swift's favorite number. Those are my guesses. I know.
31,
13.
31.
Every Swiftie.
Those are my guesses for what he's going to do. I don't want those to box me in on this actual prediction, but I do think that we'll see if he catches the 3, he's going to give celebrations to them, and I think that if we both can't be right here, Pacheco probably not going to rush for 110, and Kelce catches 3 touchdowns. Although I guess if they get the lead, they run it out.
Which is why I don't like your prediction.
Right, that's fine. My thought process here is that Kelce hears the boos at media night. He hears they played with a chip on their shoulder. They did it last year. They talked about how no one believes in us, much like the Pats did with Tom Brady. I think Kelce comes out motivated. We've seen him the last 2 weeks really play some awesome football.
That's a D.
Jeez.
Oh, my goodness.
You didn't even hesitate. You just gave him a D.
First off, if he scores 3 touchdowns, he's not doing the celebrations like you think he will. So that automatically.
He's done it before.
He's not going to do it.
Give 2 grades. If you just discount the Kelce part, the celebration
C- and a D.
Oh, okay. Well, that is all right.
He's not getting 3 touchdowns. And
okay. Well, that's
I think
bold.
Pacheco's getting. I think Pacheco's getting 2. So I'm not going to.
That's fair.
They're not scoring 5.
It is a direct contrast with Pete's bowl predictions.
Right.
So it's my turn to grade.
Yes.
So you're betting the best pass catcher on the Chiefs has the most touchdowns.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
He's not even going to be setting a Super Bowl record because he's going to be tying something that already happened.
Angry Breach is here.
Not bold at all. He's already had 3 touchdown catches in a playoff game before. I'm going to give it a C. But the Taylor Swift part, I'm going to give it A+, so I'm going to go B- overall.
Oh, you were too good. You were too good to him.
There we go. That was very kind of you.
Yeah, like I don't know. I can't name one Taylor Swift lyric. I know there's the songs and stuff. I don't know about the celebrations. 3 touchdowns seems reasonable. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, so that does give me some concern. But you know what? Because, Pete, I love everyone. Brinson gets an A-.
There we go.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
I actually love the Taylor Swift part, Brinson. I'll be honest.
He doesn't give anything worse than an A, just like his draft grades.
It was creative and somewhat possible.
Love him.
This pick by the Texans. It's like, it's the 7th round.
Love him.
Hey, Isaiah Pacheco, 7th-round pick.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Next one up for Brinson here. Christian McCaffrey breaks the record for most Super Bowl receiving yards by a running back, which is currently held by James White, who had 110 yards for the Patriots.
In an overtime game.
Worth noting, by the way. Also worth noting, in 2023, the lowest receiving yards per game in his career, 35.3 yards.
Yep.
So that does make it bold. So
but he has 3 games in his career with 110 receiving yards, and his first career playoff game at 101 receiving yards. And the idea being here, Pete, that when you're grading this, you got to think about the fact that if Pacheco runs well and scores, or Kelce catches the 3 touchdowns, these are sort of correlated because the Niners are going to have to throw the ball a ton, dump the ball off a bunch of McCaffrey, think they're passing a lot and hitting him with short passes to keep the pressure off of them, and that's how he gets there.
Yeah, I give that one I'll give you a C on that.
what's wrong with it?
Because I think they're going to run the ball. I think he's going to get.
Even if they're trailing?
I don't know if they're going to be trailing. I think it's going to be a close game, and I think they're both going to run the ball. I think he's going to run the ball, so I don't like your problem.
Hey, you're a real running back guy, aren't you?
This game, I hate to say it.
Weird.
Pete is not grading Brinson on a curve. That is for sure. Look, 110 yards would be impressive. He did not top 80 receiving yards in a single game this season. Brinson, man, as much as I want to give you a very low grade because of what you gave me, I'm not a spike grader, despite what many of you believe.
That's why we don't have Yuko be in front of you, because I am a spike grader.
We know.
Absolutely.
We all know that. I grade with my heart, and my heart says give this a B+. So I'm giving you a B+.
All right.
Go ahead, give him your A- or whatever you're going to give him, and just move on. Nicest guy in the world.
Now he's going to give me a B+. Pete, come on.
He's the nicest human being in the world. Hey, let's give him an A-.
The only thing worse than
He's breaking a Super Bowl record for receiving yards by a running back.
The only thing worse than my love of every prospect in college football coming into the draft is peer pressure. So you get a D-. So there we go. All set. Thank you, Pete. You talked me into that.
You do know I'm a spike grader, right?
Hey, quickly,
It was smart.
Quickly, Brinson, what does this mean for McCaffrey's legacy if he does in fact get this record?
Is that a serious question?
Yeah, I mean, is he one of the best?
He's the best back in the NFL.
Yeah, he's easily the best back in football.
And if he continues doing what he's doing, he's going to.
I mean, he's on
actually
a
be a
Hall of Fame track. Yeah.
Not yet, he's not. But
he's on a track.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Who's the most important player on the offense for the 49ers?
I think it's Deebo Samuel.
I don't disagree
That's
with
ridiculous.
that. When he doesn't play, they lose.
That's ridiculous. When they didn't play Trent Williams, they lost because he didn't play in that game
could be
either.
the answer as well.
No, the most important player for the 49ers is always the quarterback. It's always the quarterback.
Okay.
But if you took the quarterback out of the equation, the most important player for the 49ers is McCaffrey.
I was going to say
Jake Moody
all day
Draft
long.
one and watch him yank the kicks all over the place.
Oh, man, he is missing pressure kicks.
Jake Moody, 99th overall pick out of Michigan.
Never draft a kicker either, by the way.
Okay. Listen, kids, still draft a kicker. All right, we're going to take another quick break. When we come back, more bold predictions. And you know who's up next? Ryan Wilson. Right after this.